Welcome to the Everyday Leader podcast, where conversations inspire action, growth, and impact. Hosted by two passionate leaders, Shannon and Conrad, this podcast is for those who strive to lead with purpose and integrity in their life. Whether you're navigating big decisions, seeking balance, or dreaming of creating change, we're here to help explore the tools, stories, and insights that help everyday leaders thrive. Join us each episode as we dive into the art of leadership at work, at home, and in the world. Because leadership isn't a title, it's a way of being.
Hey, welcome back, everyone, to Everyday Leader podcast. Conrad here, and hello, Shannon.
Hey, hello, we're here. And in this episode, we are going to focus on energy and what energy has to do with leadership and what we mean when we're talking about energy.
Yes. So we are coactively trained and embodied in coactive. There's two primary energies, the being, and the active, the doing, and or action and space is another way to say that. Space on one side, action on the other. So we want to explore energy and how leaders use that, source that, find that, and create impact through it.
Yeah. And maybe just to underline, right? We are human beings, not human doers. And we're very good, especially in our, like very Western culture, we're very good at the doing part. And oftentimes when we're talking about leadership skills and behaviors, we're in the land of doing. And this is really encouraging us to be in that land of being, which is just that. Who are you being as a leader?
Yeah, who are you being? Some other words I mentioned, the space you create being is in the land of space. It's a come from energy. We often say that, like, what's the come from, meaning what energy are you evoking within you or sourcing from to bring into a conversation, to bring into a relationship. So that's where we want to focus in on the human being side of things. This relates to body. Your body has it can be a source. Just naming some different sources, Shannon. I'm curious for you as well. So, spirit can be a source, and we don't want to diminish thoughts or perspectives or beliefs. Those can also create energy to come from or to create impact with.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's this, it sometimes feels abstract, but is actually quite simple, which is what is the, and we've also spoken about how energy and intention are linked as well. But energy is really like, how are you showing up?
Yeah, I love that. Is how are you showing up? That's like, am I showing up in a curious orientation? Am I showing up in a place to where I can be open?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was just thinking energetically open versus energetically closed.
Yeah, that's a good baseline, simple. It can be abstract, and I love that you're bringing in the simple aspect. Am I open? Am I closed? Am I present? Am I here? Or am I somewhere else energetically, like in the past or in the future?
Yeah. Yeah. I think there's something really interesting here around the fact that we have sort of the energy that's within us, right? We talk about that
Mm.
from this tool, this practice that we have around leader within and being able to access our leader within, which is that how do I accept myself, radically
Mhm.
accepting myself in all of its parts and pieces, and how do I authorize myself
Mm.
in what in my leadership, in my own leadership, right? So that's sort of like the energy within. But then we also know that there's energy in other
Yes.
that we can source from.
Yes. There's energy, just setting with us on the both, and energy within comes from internal resources.
Mm-hmm.
And those resources can be skill based. Those resources can be um, a perspective, a belief, a attribute of who you
Mm-hmm.
are.
Mm-hmm.
Like internal resource is compassion for me. One of my leader within resources dials into compassion as an example.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. My one of mine is calmness, like an energy of calm.
Mm, yeah. And then you were pointing us to resources in other, or creating with other, using, just like you and I do in our relationship, Shannon, we have different attributes, different skill sets, and blend well together. For example, um, if a slide deck needs to be created, and especially proofread and have flow, I would ask you can come from that calmness as well as detail perspective to look through that.
Yes. It's and that would be different for me if you made that request, right? Hey, this is the energy in which I would like you to come into this with. That
Mhm.
is going to create a much different, result or impact compared to if I come in with an energy of feeling like rushed or stressed or tense, right?
Right.
So we know that the energy that we bring into things has an impact.
Yeah, it has an impact on self. In this case, you coming in calm and focused on detail and have the space to do that, that's going to yield a different outcome for you within. And then also the impact on other.
Yes. Yeah. Yep. So energy within, energy with other, right? And what that is like. There can be energy between two people or in a group of people that we can name. We know that has an impact.
Y-
Different energies
Yeah.
in
And
a group, right?
yes, depending on the space, depending on the people, how they're showing up, it can create we call it a energetic bubble, field,
Mm-hmm.
or space, depending on, and play with the language that makes sense for you in a meeting or in your home.
Mm-hmm.
What's the energy of your home? What's the energy of this particular room? And what's wanted? What's being called for?
Yes.
And yeah.
Yeah. I think this is really um timely because there's something that we can do as leaders that we can, we want to point our listeners to, of course, when it comes to using energy in leadership and for the sake of our leadership. And one is
Mhm.
the word that just keeps coming up for me is attunement, right? Like
Mm,
being attuned to ourselves, being attuned
mm,
to others. And, you know, I think I'm hearing a lot. I'm hearing a lot of people being able to name what they're attuned to in our wider world, right? Like, oh, right now there's a lot of stress or there's a lot of fatigue in the world or whatever that might be. That is naming an energy
Yeah.
that we're
Yeah.
sensing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So attunement, how do you do that for yourself, Conrad? What does that look like for you?
Yeah. Attunement. I love that word. I'm going to start using that. So thank you. And the word that gives me access is attention. So similar.
Yeah.
What am I attuning to, or what am I putting my attention on, or where is my attention?
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it's a practice in attention, coming into a space, being in a home. I got to go visit some colleagues on a trip that I was just on, and they welcomed me into their home. And as I walked in, my attention focused in on their setabouts and the way they had it decorated. And that was the what I saw.
Uh-huh.
And then I noticed my attention was on uh, a sense of serenity, a sense
Mm,
of beauty, because that is how they curated their home.
yeah.
So it it's the practice for me is okay. What am I seeing? What am I perceiving? What am I noticing in the space?
Mm-hmm.
And then what does it evoke in me as
Yeah.
one practice? Not just like, oh, that's some cool stuff, um, which it was cool. And it's more of like, what is this? What is this sensation? What is this experience in being in this space?
Yes. Okay. I think that's great. The attunement, I find attunement too in that check-in and
Mm,
noticing. Um, I also think that there's something about because sometimes it's hard to access my own sense of feeling and self and energy and attune to that.
mm,
So I want to offer this because I think that this can help listeners too, which is oftentimes like we do have a pretty good idea as to how a particular space, like you just gave this example, is impacting us, right? How an energy in a space, maybe it's cluttered. So maybe a space is cluttered, it's having an energetic impact on us. Maybe it's really loud, that's having an energetic
yeah.
impact, right? And so when we think about it that way, then as leaders, we can flip it in saying, okay,
Mm,
if the impact I want to have on my team or on my family or on whatever this is like big yes energy, like I want to rile them up and like get them going, then what is the space? What needs to be energetically in this space in order for that to happen? Because it isn't just the words I say, it's
oh,
also
yeah.
other elements of what I need to create as a leader to evoke that.
Yes. Yes. It's the space, it is your come from, and then the words have that charge or that impact.
Yeah.
Um, so it's shaping the space, or this actual physical space, and then the energy of the come from for you. If it's a big yes, are you aligned with that in this
Hmm.
example, or are you aligned with the chaos and frustration as I was earlier today when I couldn't find the scissors that I'd put back in the drawer.
Yeah.
Um, just to use like a really tactical example, but I couldn't find the scissors. I was frustrated. I needed the scissors. And it's just like, oh, as a leader, I have agency and choice to be able to shift that even without anybody else there or the team. It was like, okay, what is this? What do I need to shift in my energy? Because I was frustrated, by the way, with scissors.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, and we know that, right? Like you get frustrated when you're looking for something. When we get frustrated looking for something, then oftentimes it's a lot harder to find it.
Then that was my discovery, and I'm like, what is this teaching me? Oh, yes, actually, to have a sense of calm, and they will be revealed, and I'll find them.
Yes. This is a great example. I just want to build on this for a second because this happens in my house all the time. And I was taught to, but this is an example of also sourcing energy from outside of ourselves.
Mm.
So I was taught growing up that Saint Anthony is the patron saint of lost things.
Okay.
So in the Catholic tradition, when you lose something, you pray to Saint Anthony. Well,
Mm.
what that does, if you believe that Saint Anthony is around and is going to help you find something, that sources something, right? But it also just makes you slow down,
Oh, nice.
right?
Right.
In
It's
this
not.
like sort of prayer. Yep.
Right, and it's not about Saint Anthony if that's, if you choose that to believe that or not. It's more, I hear you saying the lesson in it is slowing down and, getting outside yourself to that another source, another energetic, unseen source.
Yeah. Partnering with an unseen source in that way
Good.
to slow down.
Yeah.
Yeah. So offering that as well. Because you don't have to do it alone. It's not on you to create all the energy that you need to invoke all the transformation that you want in our world. There's a lot
Yes.
working for us and working alongside us if you can attune to it.
Yes, and we want to invite you to practice with us as we're practicing attunement to those internal resources for the sake of bringing the energy, uh, attuning to other in partnership, and as Shannon just laid out, attuning to an unseen partnership to source from nature, from spirit, from God, from what resonates within you.
Great conversation. I know we'll have more to talk about on this subject of energy. This is just the start. Thanks so much, Conrad.
Yes. Thank you, Shannon. Be well.